Hello friends, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the videos. Thank you for your support.
I like your car, said the mop-haired teenager at the wheel of what one assumes was his parents' Volvo XC60. It's sick. He added just before the light on NY35 turned green, and he zoomed off toward Pound Ridge. Roadsters may still have the power to capture the imagination, but these are dark days for two-seat sports cars. Slow sales cloud their prospects, particularly as automakers' massive EV expenditures squeeze budgets for low-volume halo cars. That's exactly why BMW teamed up with Toyota in a joint effort that birthed the current Z4 and the Super Coupe, and it may be why the Z4, now in its fourth model year in M40i guise, has changed so little. Whereas Toyota delighted enthusiasts last year by adding a manual transmission option for the Super 3.0, BMW has not followed suit. The 6-cylinder Z4 M40i and the 4-cylinder Z4 S-Drive 30i continue to pair their BMW engines exclusively with an 8-speed automatic. Much as we'd like to see a manual here, we have to concede that the automatic better aligns with the Z4's zeitgeist, which is more akin to a flashy high-speed tourer like the Mercedes-Benz SL than to a purist sports car such as the Porsche Boxster. There's also the fact that, as ever, the ZF Autobox is a deft companion to the Turbo 6. There are large steering wheel paddles if you want to take matters into your own hands, but, particularly in sport mode, the gearbox can be left largely to do its thing even in fairly aggressive driving. And unlike many dual-clutch gearboxes, it never stumbles during low-speed maneuvering. Paired to that gearbox, BMW's turbocharged 3.0-liter inline-six spins out a robust 382 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque, figures that are unchanged since this car's launch. Not that we're complaining. 60 mph arrives in just 3.5 seconds, a 0.3-second improvement over the Z4 M40i's last appearance at our test track. So, too, was the quarter-mile result of 12.0 seconds, at which point the Z4 is traveling 116 mph. Passing acceleration times of 2.3 seconds from 30 to 50 mph and 2.7 seconds from 50 to 70 mph are equally zippy. The big turbo boost means that throttle response isn't quite millimeter precise, but we love the Bimmer's rev-happy nature and the snarling soundtrack. We're less enamored with the flatulent exhaust pops that greet every lift of the accelerator when driving in sport mode. The M40i's M Sport suspension with adaptive dampers, M Sport brakes, and M Sport differential used to be a point of separation over the more pedestrian hardware in the 4-cylinder Z4, but no more, as BMW has upgraded the base car. The stout brakes haul the Z4 to a stop from 70 mph in 149 feet, and they showed no fade in repeated stops. On staggered-size Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires, our Z4 M40i clung to the skid pad with a resolute 1.00 grams of grip, but with muted steering and a curb weight of 3,636 pounds, it feels more steadfast than playful. The Z4's Toyota Super counterpart is the more serious sports car. The Z4's stiff body structure means there's no cowl shutter or quivering rearview mirror, no matter the road surface. The 19-inch wheels and low-profile tires don't provide a whole lot of cushion should you get caught out by a pothole, but even in the firmer settings, the suspension is not painfully stiff. When you're just cruising, you may be surprised at this Hippo Roadster's fuel economy. The EPA estimates are 23 miles per gallon city and 31 miles per gallon highway, both trailing the 4-cylinder version by just 2 miles per gallon. But our 75 mph highway fuel economy test tells a different story, as the Z4 returned an astounding 37 miles per gallon. Compared to its long and live predecessor, the current Gen Z4 is a little thick around the middle, although that pays dividends in cabin space, where the driver and passenger aren't rubbing elbows, and the seat has enough travel for pilots well over 6 feet tall. There's also sufficient storage for phones, sunglasses, and the like, although the cup holders are under your elbow. With the top up, the cabin feels small, even if it isn't, owing to the small side windows and back glass. Fortunately, the roof powers down in about 10 seconds and can be lowered or raised even when on the move, up to 31 mph. The switch to a fabric roof from the previous retractable hardtop also means that putting the top down doesn't impinge on trunk space, which is sufficient to swallow a large suitcase or a couple of rollaboards. The Z4's infotainment system with its 10.3-inch touchscreen and supplemental rotary controller date back to 2020, with 2 key upgrades, Android Auto has joined Apple CarPlay, both wireless, and there's now an available wireless charging pad for your phone. Android Auto worked seamlessly for us, and we appreciate the ability to alter the display to show 1, 2, or 3 functions: Waze, music, and phone, for instance. This generation of BMW factory software also strikes us as extremely user-friendly, with a logical structure, the welcome click wheel, and easy-to-operate buttons on the steering wheel. Why mess with it? That seems to be BMW's philosophy with the current Z4 overall. Let's hope, however, that it doesn't portend the brand giving up on this car. An XM SUV will never delight onlookers the way this glamorous roadster can.